Are you curious about the early signs of dementia? This is an important topic that affects millions of people around the world. Understanding the early signs of dementia can help you or a loved one take the necessary steps forward to managing the condition and maintaining a good quality of life. If you or a loved one are experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to get help and speak with a healthcare professional. From memory loss to difficulty completing familiar tasks, we'll cover the warning signs that you need to look out for. We'll also give you tips on how to maintain a healthy brain and prevent the onset of dementia. So sit back, relax, and let's get started learning about 11 early signs of dementia. Number 1. Short-term memory loss. One of the most common signs of dementia is short-term memory loss. You might think that it's okay to forget about something sometimes and catch on later on, but with early onset dementia, the symptoms may be more severe. Someone suffering from dementia loses memory of certain events, especially memories. They tend to forget things quickly and more often than usual, and then move on like it never happened. Often, this means people have to repeat the same information several times so they can remember it. Some people struggling with this symptom might forget simple things like dates, appointments, and even names. They might end up recalling a while later, but at the moment when they need the information, they fail to remember. Memory loss of any kind isn't a symptom that you should take lightly. Ensure you speak with a professional if it persists. While the forgetfulness may be severe, a few tips or hacks to combat this include creating a daily routine, planning tasks, and making to-do lists with the help of friends and family. They could also use memory tools such as calendars and notes. Number 2. Confusion. Losing track of time and basic information is another very common sign. People faced with dementia get easily distracted and confused. Confusion is a frequent symptom of dementia in its early stages. They might struggle to identify people, recall the day or month, or pinpoint their location. Confusion can happen for a variety of reasons and in a variety of contexts. For instance, a person suffering from dementia might lose their car keys, forget what they scheduled the next day, or struggle to recall someone they just met. The struggle to remember these things might leave them confused and frustrated. Number 3. You find it very hard to solve problems. One early sign of dementia is a lack of executive functioning. In a broad definition of the word, planning and problem solving are two of the many things that fall under the umbrella of executive functioning. The ability to create a detailed plan to address a need or create a solution to tackle a problem is directly tied to the centers under attack in a dementia patient. People with dementia may begin to struggle with routine duties at work and have trouble handling minor problems or trouble organizing their calendars. Deadlines and work timelines often become near impossible to work with too. People suffering from dementia tend to find it difficult to solve problems that they normally solve. They tend to lose their organizational abilities too. For example, they might forget to settle their bills and find it hard to concentrate on one particular activity. It might also become difficult to keep the house tidy or make a simple breakfast recipe. If you're enjoying this video, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Number 4. Decline in visual and spatial processing. Being able to identify and recall where items located requires visual spatial processing. This also includes the parts of your own body. Knowing how far things are from one another and from you is another aspect of it. From tying shoes to reading a map, you use visual spatial processing abilities for a variety of tasks. Dementia can cause a deterioration in visuospatial skills such as reading, judging distance, dressing oneself, having trouble with depth perception, or recognizing colors. Number 5. Misplacing objects. Dementia patients frequently lose their personal items, especially when they don't have a designated spot. In some severe cases that have progressed further, they might not remember their designated spots either. Unwarranted suspicion and the tendency to accuse others of stealing things are also common in patients with dementia. This symptom may become more frequent over time as the condition progresses. Suspicion may be directed at friends or family members or even healthcare professionals in nursing homes. It often stems from losing things and thinking that someone else has taken it or hidden it from them. As one ages, losing items like keys or spectacles is a typical occurrence, but most of the time, the item can be located by going back the same steps. However, the case is different in patients with dementia. Typically, they can neither trace their steps back, nor remember when and where they had lost the item in the first place. Number 6. Personality changes. As we age, feelings of depression and concerns about aging might arise once in a while. Personality changes are significantly more severe in those with dementia, and it is also one of the signs of dementia that are difficult to miss. As their condition worsens, many dementia patients experience increased anxiety and irritability. They also go through depressive and agitated episodes that may occasionally be accompanied by hallucinations or delusions. Accompanied with the agitation, they might also exhibit shocking physical aggression, and in some cases, they may get very violent. People with dementia may exhibit problematic behaviors that family members may find upsetting and difficult to handle, especially when coupled with disturbed sleeping and eating habits. For example, a person that's very outgoing and friendly might become suddenly withdrawn and refuse to associate with others. Number 7. You might begin to struggle with simple or familiar tasks. As dementia advances, familiar tasks that we learn later in life might frequently become challenging. You will suddenly find it difficult to carry out simple tasks that you wouldn't normally need help with. For example, frequently forgetting how to play a favorite board game or getting lost while traveling to a frequently visited site. Number 8. Poor sense of judgment. Sometimes you might find yourself making poor decisions due to stress or frustration. While it's okay to occasionally make these mistakes, people with dementia may find themselves doing so more frequently due to their condition. Patients with dementia are known to easily fall prey to telemarketers and door-to-door sales methods. The failure to exercise sound financial judgment is another sign of impaired judgment in dementia patients. A person who was once frugal with their money may start making donations to people or organizations they hardly know. They may frequently purchase countless things they don't need, and this sole act of impulsive buying can drain their funds swiftly. Dementia also impairs the ability to make smart everyday decisions. For instance, a dementia patient might not be able to notice risky circumstances. They might attempt to cross a busy roadway before it is safe to do so, or go outside in the summer attire when it's snowing. As a person with dementia forgets to take frequent baths, personal hygiene may deteriorate. A lack of sound judgment puts a patient with dementia in danger because they won't be able to carry out simple duties like cooking a meal without the risk of hurting themselves. Number 9. Losing balance easily. Another common symptom is stumbling over your own 2 feet, too often than normal. Yes, everyone trips and falls occasionally, but doing so frequently and in the most unexplainable ways may be an early sign of dementia. You might also notice shaky hands and an unsteady walking posture. You should note that frequent falls may also be an indication of other brain illnesses, including progressive supranuclear palsy. So it's important to consult a doctor immediately if this symptom is identified to prevent severe bodily injuries or damage from the falls. Number 10. Mood swings. With this condition, mood swings are also very frequent. Although it could be difficult for you to identify dementia in yourself, you might detect this change in someone else. For instance, depression is typical in the early stages of dementia. Dementia patients may appear more afraid or worried than they normally are. If their typical daily routine is altered or if they are placed in unfamiliar circumstances, they may become easily upset. Along with mood changes, you can also notice a difference in demeanor. A characteristic personality change associated with dementia is a move from shyness or quietness to extroversion. Number 11. Disoriented speech and language. Anyone can have trouble finding the right word to express what they want to say. However, a person living with dementia may forget simple words or may substitute words such that what they were saying is difficult to understand. You might find them using words that are unrelated to the sentence simply because the word sounds like the word they intend to use. Persons suffering from dementia may also have difficulty speaking coherently. When they talk, you might completely miss their sentences because of their impaired speech and language. This makes it difficult to understand what they are trying to say, and it also makes it difficult for them to express themselves. That concludes our list on the earliest signs of dementia. Let us know what signs you know or may have experienced. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Peace.